In just a few days, Americans will go to the polls to determine whether Joe Biden and the Democrats are going to get fried crisper than a beignet from Café du Monde, or if they will do better than expected, presumably leading to a bigger party at the White House than Mardi Gras. Only, of course, with a few more broken hips. Now, let's get stuck right into it now. I have been traveling across the American South for the past week, talking to experts and ordinary voters, and we keep hearing a clear message from Americans.
No backup for the police. You almost feel like you should be carrying a gun every day.
Well, I think it's getting worse. You know, inflation's getting worse, and it's not really changing.
People are worried. They're concerned. They see prices rising, and they are nervous about feeding their families and fueling their car to get to work. And they are even concerned about their own physical safety and that of their friends and neighbors. This is something the polls have been showing, but something which the Democrats just aren't getting. Now, once upon a time, the Democrats had a really good run with Bill Clinton when his strategist James Carville came up with that pithy little slogan, "It's the economy, stupid." Now, though, voters feel that the Democrats are treating them like the stupid ones and are more concerned with issues like keeping unfettered access to abortion until the moment of birth and whether or not, oh no, Elon Musk will force them to see conservative tweets when they log on to Twitter. I have no idea who the Democrats are paying for the advice they are getting, but they can send me a big fat check care of this network for this simple piece of advice. Nobody cares. The price of eggs has doubled in a year, and you seriously think voters are going to give a damn about any of that stuff you're selling? Look, I just paid $20 US. That's something like 35 bucks for 4 pieces of fried chicken down the street. It was really, really good, but I can tell you that in the 10 months since I was last in the United States, prices have noticeably skyrocketed. And frankly, for the Democrats to be so concerned about their niche issues while people are hurting is disrespectful. Almost as disrespectful as the gaslighting campaign that has seen a bevy of White House spokesmen and surrogates come out and insist that everything is fine with the president. Or putting up a candidate like Democrat John Fetterman for Senate in Pennsylvania, who not only holds some of the most radically left positions in the party, but is also sadly, yet manifestly still impacted by the effects of a stroke he suffered in May. Yet, according to the Joe Bidens, if you don't vote for the Democrat Party, you are anti-democracy, which, correct me if I'm wrong, seems a bit anti-democratic in and of itself. But hey, they seem to think they're the ones writing the rules. I mean, really, you want to talk about not being democratic? I think the Biden administration using the Justice Department to target its enemies and fighting against free speech by conspiring with big tech to censor opinions they don't like more than fits the bill. Anyway, the thing is, America is still a democracy. Americans, not elite agents of their Democratic Party and their handmaidens in the media, still call the shots. And guess what? They're not buying it. Just have a listen to this Pennsylvanian I met on the beautiful Florida Panhandle a couple of days ago. Everybody's watching the Dr. Oz, John Fetterman race. What do you think about that?
I was extremely surprised last week. When the debate was last week, we watched it on YouTube because it was hard to find, and we're just a little bit shocked that, truthfully, that the Democrats had let him go on as far as he did. And it seems like they had the tactics of keeping him hidden in the basement. Once people saw the fitness that he had, it was a little bit shocking that they kind of stood him up. So that was my biggest takeaway from that.
We spoke about it last week on this show. But having spent several days here talking to other Americans has convinced me the Democrats have got all wrong. The former party of the working man and working woman has now been captured by elite interests who use left-wing politics of class and identity to divide Americans and protect their own power and fortunes. We're about to find out how well that's working out for them.